Anna. Today we are going to see the experiment EC3361 electronic devices and circuits for second year ECE students. So in that common emitter configuration, there are three configurations in bipolar junction transistor. BJT refers to bipolar junction transistor. In that we are having three configurations: CE, CB, CC configuration, common base, common emitter, common collector configuration. In that we are going to see common emitter configuration now. So BJT transistor with emitter configuration we are going to see the experiment now. For that experiment we have to calculate this input characteristic and output characteristic. Let us see the components. What are the components required for finding the input characteristic and output characteristic? So we have to use two RPS, one for input side and another for output side. So for input side, we have to use for finding this current and voltage one ammeter and voltmeter with RPS. For output side, RPS with current and voltage. We have to use output side. So we are going to see common emitter configuration. From the name, it's emitter configuration means emitter should be grounded. See here, this is the emitter terminal. It is grounded, and this upper one is your collector terminal. Side terminal is your base terminal. So we have to connect the emitter configuration. Emitter should be grounded. That is the emitter configuration. If it is a base configuration, base should be grounded. Like this we have to go. So we have to calculate this connections are given as per the circuit diagram. See here, this is the connection for this common emitter configuration. First we have to connect the transistor like this. That is upper side collector and sideways base, and emitter is connected as like this only. But we have to monitor the symbol representation of BJT as we have to see this indication line will be there, and that indication line we have to take this and we have to see this what is emitter, what is base and what is collector. Okay, let me see the connections of this. See here, likewise we have to connect the base emitter, collector, emitter. Emitter should be grounded. This is the required for common emitter configurations. From RPS we have to start the connection. So RPS plus wire. This is for plus. This plus wire is connected to ammeter plus. See here, this is your ammeter plus. Ammeter plus is connected here. This wire is meant for first line. And second ammeter minus should be connected to base of the transistor. See here, this is the base of the transistors. So we have to connect the base of the transistor, this ammeter. Then we have to connect the voltmeter. So voltmeter plus should be connected to ammeter minus or base. See here, this is the connection for this. See here, this is the connection. With where we have connected this, we have connected this voltmeter to the negative of the ammeter or to the base of the BJT. The input side connections are over. Let me see the connections in the output side. See here, this is the output side RPS. This RPS is a regulated power supply. It's meant for 0 to 30 volt. So we are using 0 to 30 volt. We can vary from 0 to 30 volt. So by varying this is the connections here from RPS plus. This is your RPS plus. Where we are connecting this RPS plus? It is connected to a ammeter, collector ammeter plus. So we can see this collector ammeter. This is your collector ammeter. This is your plus. So we have to note down this plus connection where we have connected. This is connection for ammeter plus. We have connected here. We have connected here. Then the ammeter minus should be connected to collector. See here, this is the ammeter minus terminal. This is connected to the collector of BJT. So the upper connection is over. See the lower connection. This is your lower connection of negative RPS. So negative RPS is connected to voltmeter negative. See this voltmeter negative. So we are connecting this is the voltmeter negative. So in voltmeter negative is connected to emitter. Emitter terminal. So voltmeter negative is connected to emitter terminal. Likewise, we have to get 5 connections in the grounded. RPS negative, first RPS negative input side, output side RPS negative, then voltmeter input voltmeter negative, output side voltmeter negative, emitter not negative. So 5 connections should be connected to your grounded terminals. So connections are given as per the circuit diagram. So for taking the input characteristic is the graph. This graph we should get. For taking this input characteristic, see here, we have kept this VCE as constant. So for keeping VCE constant means this one is your VCE. This is your collector current, collector emitter voltage. Output side we are taking this, we are taking as VCE as constant. So VCE constant, we have to keep this as constant. And we have to x-axis, y-axis note here, base current in y-axis and base emitter voltage in x-axis. So we have to note this base current and base emitter voltage on input side. We should keep this emitter base current and base emitter voltage by varying this RPS. We should take the reading figure. VGS is kept constant, input characteristics. VCE is kept constant. Where is VCE? VCE is in output side. This we have to kept as a constant. This is kept constant. We should kept as 2 volt. Then we have to vary visually. Okay. See here, this is where I have connected this to RPS. First side, I am keeping this as a constant. So I am giving this, using this as constant. I am keeping as 1 volt or 2 volt. This one is 10 and this is your 5. This I am taking as 1. 1 volt I am keeping it as a constant. By varying this, I am going to vary this base current and base emitter voltage. See here, base current I am taking this as 5. So 50 microamps and kept it. What is the voltage? This is the 2. So this one is 1. We are getting 4. So by taking this, varying this RPS, we have to note down this reading for this. This is the first step. Then we have to take down this for 3.2. Then we have to note down these 2 values. Then we have to keep it for 5. Note out these 2 values. Likewise, we have to get, and we have to get the graph for input characteristic graph like this. So this is the graph linearly rise. Then we have to, similarly we have to go for this output characteristic. So we have to, what do we have to do here? We should keep this as constant. So base current as constant. We are not changing this RPS. We can keep this as a constant. So I kept it as a constant somewhere. See, listen here, this is 50 microampere I have set it. So I have to change this ammeter. I have to get this current and voltage readings. So voltage is changing. So current is also changing little bit. So like this we have to note on the graph and we have to get the constant value for 100 microampere, 200, 500 like this we have to get the graph, output characteristic graph. So we should get this graph, similarly graph for output characteristic collector current and collector emitter voltage should be noted by keeping base current as constant. Is there any doubt? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. This is the input characteristic and output characteristic of BJT. So next class we will see common base and common collector configurations. Thank you.